Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, please rise for the procession of the graduates and remain standing for the academic procession.
Welcome to the Spring Convocation of Kwantlen Polytechnic University. We are gathered here today on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish people who have lived here for millennia. Our university region overlaps with the lands of the Swasan, the Musqueam, the Semiahmoo, the Katzie, the Kikwat, the Coquitlam peoples, and of course, the Kwantlen, who bestowed their name on this university. We thank all of our First Nations for sharing their land and resources with us in friendship and in peace. Our elder in residence, Lekayton, is here to bless the convocation. Please remain standing.
My dear ones, a short message from Stakosan, hereditary chief of the Kwat First Nation, whose numbers at one time used to be 10,000 people. We watched the world grow, we watched the world change. There were a lot of moments that we have enjoyed together. From nation to nation, we have always known that education is one of the highest points of our lives. The grandfathers and grandmothers of your people, they know what that is to be walking down across this hallway, across the stage, so proud you are. The new leaders of the world stand before me. The Siams who have taught very well. The excitement from your first day at KPU to now is a lifelong journey to remember and always know who you are, your language, everything that you exemplify, humanitarian reasons of why we need each other to survive. The leaders of the world also walked on the same stage in remembrance of their ancestors as well. And I know that in time, you will one day teach my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. It's been a joy to witness how you looked after yourself walking into the house of knowledge. You carry the same emblem as those that have come before you. Congratulating everyone on this side of the room who have taken part in your soul energy to succeed in life. It's just beginning. Thanking all those who took part in making sure that your family was well taken care of, no matter what happened, step by step. Thanking the president and the deans of the university for making sure that your day was going to be fulfilled with great excitement and joy. Hard work. Take time to rest, take time for your vision, take time for your quest. Good luck with everything that you do in your lifetime, and thanking all those who had part in it. With that, I say, Haitsupka, Siam to all of you, and to those here, Haitsupka, are my relations.
Thank you, Lekayton. Please stay standing for the singing of O Canada, led by Adam Chilla, a student in KPU's music program, accompanied on piano by Tilden Webb.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true, nor strong and and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Adam Tilden. Please be seated. I declare Kwantlen Polytechnic University's convocation in session to honor our 2018 graduates. My name is Alan Davis, and I have the privilege of serving as KPU's President and Vice Chancellor. Convocation means to call together by summons, and in universities, convocations are called for the conferring of degrees and for the recognition of outstanding achievement. I would like to introduce the members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. KPU's Chancellor, Dr. George Melville. From the KPU Alumni Association Board, Vikram Baba. The Vice Chair of Senate, Dr. David Burns. The members of our faculty who are here today. The Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Salvador Ferreras, Vice President External Affairs, Marlene Graziano, Associate Vice President Academic, Dr. Steve Cardwell, Vice Provost for Students, Dr. Jane Fee, the University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation, Zena Mitchell, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Dr. Diane Purvey, the Dean of the Faculty of Health, Dr. David Flakowski, Associate Deans of the Faculty of Arts, Dr. Wade Deisman, Dr. Faith Orton-Cuff, and Gillian Durl, and Associate Dean of the Faculty of Health, Harjeet Desi. The University Librarian, Todd Mundell, the Executive Director of the Alumni Association, Nancy Armitage, and the Senior Director for Student Affairs, Joshua Mitchell. We also have with us our distinguished award recipient, Judy Lee, and our Professor Emeritus, Dr. Warren Bourgeois. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in acknowledging the platform party. We also have with us in the audience many friends and family of those who are being honored today, Judy and Warren, and I'd like to introduce my colleague, Kathy Kinlock, who is president of the British Columbia Institute of Technology. Welcome, Kathy. Chancellor Melville, would you please bring greetings to the convocation?
President Davis, board members, Senate members, graduates, honored guests, family members, faculty, staff, and alumni. Welcome to Kwantlen Polytechnic University's Spring Convocation Ceremony. Today we celebrate the successes of our graduates. I'd like to extend a big congratulations to each and every one of you. You should be very proud of the work you've done and the decisions that have gotten you here today. I would like to talk about two things this morning, pride and passion. I'm lucky. I love what I do, and I've always striven to pursue what I'm passionate about. When my peers in grade school talked about becoming doctors, astronauts, firemen, I dreamed of becoming a chartered accountant. Who would have ever thought my dream would put me on this stage as your chancellor today? I didn't know then where following that passion would lead me, but I do know this. People who are successful find success through passion. Everyone starts at the same level, and it's passion that sets you apart. So of the two things I'd like to leave with you today, one is to encourage you to find something you want to do, and the other is when you find it, do it with passion. Today you join a community of alumni, many of whom have found great success doing just that. These include the award-winning CEO of a multi-million-dollar company operating right here in Surrey, two grads who have opened a wildly successful Hong Kong-inspired Sweet Shop in Vancouver, a leading neuropsychologist helping children in the U.S., and the head of Kosovo's Department for Euro-Atlantic Integration. Our grads are philanthropists, critical thinkers, entrepreneurs, and global citizens. The university's alumni are representing KPUs locally, nationally, and globally in an incredibly impactful way. Today you join that community, one I'm proud to be part of as a KPU alumnus. And as each of you pursue your own passions and embark on your own paths to success, I hope you join me in sharing that pride. With each of our own individual successes, we help make KPU's reputation a little bit bigger, better, and bolder. So graduates, be passionate and take pride in what you do and where you've come from. On behalf of your university, I wish you continued success. And again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Connor Mitterer will address the convocation on behalf of the graduates. Connor graduates today with a Bachelor of Psychiatric Nursing degree. Connor.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name's Connor Mitterer. I've actually been battling losing my voice for like 3 days here. Luckily, it's held on by a thread. I haven't decided if it's me being lucky or unlucky for my family because they don't get a break from my constant yelling. So if my voice cracks, I promise it's not late puberty. I'd like to start this off by saying, wow, it's such an honor to stand here in front of you all. I'm honestly so proud of everyone here to making it where they are today. I know how much work you've put in, and trust me, it's a lot. When I first started university, I had to learn a lot of things on the fly, and unfortunately, it was sometimes the hard way. I remember walking into Kwantlen on my first day, having absolutely no idea what to expect, aside from what I've seen on a couple movies and TV shows, and we know how accurate those can be. At first, I was having a wonderful time, making new friends, learning new things, hanging out, spending way too much time at the summer market, until I took my first anatomy and physiology class. Wow, that was a slap to my baby face. I, along with a few of my fellow classmates, realized very quickly that we had no idea how to do basic student things like study properly. And being the millennial I am, it was in that very moment I realized that my degree wasn't just going to land on my lap. I was going to have to work for it. This may sound silly to all of you because you're all such hard workers and such stellar students, but I think it's easy for people to get so focused on a particular goal that they forget the long journey it takes to get there. And just a warning, any of you who don't like the cheesy things, this next part's really cheesy, so if it makes you sick, I'm sorry. Well, we have all made it past a lot of speed bumps. There are definitely more to come. My experience thus far is limited, but I've become accustomed to the importance of keeping a student mentality. I've personally been so eager to start my new profession and solidify all my newly acquired and expensive skills that I need to continually remind myself to not only improve my knowledge, but expand on it as well. I've recently stepped out of my comfort zone and I'm working at a maximum security institution. While I never pictured myself ending up here, I'm so happy I did. Taking that leap of faith to learn something new and different has been the second best decision I've made next to enrolling in Kwantlen. By all means, consolidate your skills, but don't get complacent. Don't be scared to switch things up, take a risk, or try something new, because you never know how it's going to turn out. Besides, most valuable lessons do usually come from mistakes. Shout out to Dr. Keith Best for drilling it into us to be assertive, not only in our careers, but in life in general. Each and every day that I accumulate at work, it becomes more apparent just how crucial it is that we advocate for ourselves and try and take what we want. I don't think anyone's immune to self-doubt, so taking a moment to focus in on what we want to achieve and how hard we've worked to get to the point where we are can help bring us back to earth. Besides, as Dr. Best would always say, the worst case scenario is you get told no. I'd like to take this moment to formally thank everyone who has supported me along and helped me in my journey to where I am today. I'd name some specific individuals, but I'm not kidding when I'd say I'd literally be here all day. Honestly, though, some of the most essential things that psychiatric nursing school has taught me, and something I knew I had to touch on in this speech, is the overreaching power of compassion, sensitivity, and a non-judgmental attitude. I've observed many a times the direct positive impact that a little bit of emotional TLC can have on a wider range of individuals. It is so important, no matter your profession, to take the time to make people feel like they matter. It can be something as simple as a genuine smile, a gentle word, or even just taking the time to listen to someone while making active efforts to understand them on their level. We live in a time-sensitive world where we're expected to multitask and perform at the highest possible level, but we cannot lose our humanistic qualities during that time. As we are beginning our journey into our new careers, there are many things that are out of our control, and that can be hard to accept at times. Thankfully, we do have control over how we act in situations and how we reflect on and treat others. I have no doubt many of you here will become leaders in your field, and I urge and encourage you to go above and beyond, and when it comes to caring for your fellow humans inhabiting this earth. If we all provide warm and caring interactions to those who are around us a top priority, the result will not only bring us joy, but will not only bring others joy, but to us as well. I sympathize doing so can be difficult at times, especially as new professionals trying to get a hang of things, but I believe it's better to build good habits early on than to change problem ones later. At the end of the day, people are coming to us because they need our expertise, and is often at a very crucial and vulnerable time. They're counting on us to know what we know and to be competent in our profession, but we cannot lose sight of the bigger picture. I wanted to leave you all with a famous quote from the movie Patch Adams. If you haven't seen this outstanding film, it's about a doctor who is struggling with depression, who uses his personality and humor to improve the quality of life for his patients. You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter the outcome. Thank you all, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Connor. That was great. We will now certify the graduands. Would all the graduands please rise? Chancellor Melville, it is with great pleasure that I hereby certify that the graduands here present and those in absentia have met the requirements for the credentials to be presented this day as prescribed by the Senate of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and I ask that you confer upon them their credentials.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the statutes of the Province of British Columbia, and upon the recommendation of the Senate and the Registrar of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, I confer upon you the credential to which you are entitled, and invest you with all the rights and privileges, powers, and responsibilities pertaining to the credential. In keeping with the tradition of university convocations, please move your tassels from the right to the left side. Congratulations to you all. You may be seated.
We will now present each of our graduates to the convocation. Joshua Mitchell, Senior Director, Student Affairs, will present the graduates and will be assisted by Zena Mitchell, University Registrar. Offering congratulations to each graduate as they cross the stage will be myself with the presentation of a commemorative medal, Chancellor Melville, the Dean of each faculty being presented here today, and each graduate will be presented with a gift on behalf of the KPU Alumni Association. Graduates, please return to your seats as directed by the marshals after crossing the stage. And we will try to keep this orderly, and please stay until everyone has crossed. But vocal encouragement of your favorite graduate is very welcome. This is, after all, a celebration, even if it is 10 o'clock in the morning. Joshua, when you're ready.
Thank you, President Davis. We will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Arts. Bachelor of Arts, major in History, A.J. Awak. Brian Evan Foley. With distinction, Anthony David Johnson. Danielle Marie Paco. Jacob Gordon Stoddart. Bachelor of Arts, major in philosophy, Ryan Janiel Chaudhry. Bachelor of Arts, major in policy studies, Jonathan Matthew Busick. Chelsea Scott. Bachelor of Arts, major in political science, Salam Farhan Al-Shamari. Zahid Aziz Dosa. Ahmad Hamedi. Natasha Castella Lopez. Tai Chow Pham. Joanne Margaret Camelon Yelong. Bachelor of Journalism, Alexander John Clipsham. Catherine Alexandra Dolmat. Kirsten Marie Downton. Ashley Caitlin Heischka. Daniela Marie Javier. Alimotu Omuwumi Jida. Joseph Douglas Keller. Gabrielle Lacusta. Louis Barta. Rafael Rodriguez Ramirez. Sasha Bernadette Smith Jensen. Yana Ray Summersby. Nikki Yuen Q Tong. Alexander Thaddeus Vaz. Mercedes Lauren Wiebe. Bachelor of Music and Musical Arts, E. David Hopkins. Sergei Krakhmal. Kyle Ian Douglas McEwen. With distinction, Alicia Erica Pucci. Certificate in Non-Governmental Organizations and Nonprofit Studies, with distinction, Jessica Erin Sylvia Davis. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Arts. We will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Health. Bachelor of Psychiatric Nursing, Olga Bitek Ojalel. Natasha Bassi. With distinction, Chia Ying Chen. Henna Chohan. Manjot Kaur Gill. With distinction, Joshale Jessel. With distinction, Virpal Kaur Kingra. With distinction, Parvina Kaur Man. With distinction, Megan McNabb. With distinction, Kelsey Victoria McCona. With distinction, Connor Mitterer. With distinction, Tan Pong Nguyen. Navdeep Pata. With distinction, Jansen Carpio Paulino. With distinction, Melanie Peters. With distinction, Jade Alexandria Joan Peterson. With distinction, Shelby Pretty McDonald. With distinction, Sonana Kaur Rana. Carla Angela Rassing. With distinction, Jasmine Kaur Sandhu. With distinction, Irene Marjorie Salinas Sensio. Priya Thakur. With distinction, Brenna Thiessen. With distinction, Jennifer Lucy Marie Tompkins. With distinction, Bianca Valdez. With distinction, Baldeep Kaur Virk. With distinction, Yaroslav Welts. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, with distinction, Noor Abdallah. With distinction, Monica An. With distinction, Catherine Borlongan Angustia. With distinction, Camille Ann Axebal. With distinction, Harmeet Kaur Baines. With distinction, Max Baroka. With distinction, Jasmine Kaur Bazi. With distinction, Zayan Batulan. With distinction, Justine Joy Salinas Baywang. With distinction, Teresa Elizabeth Bowen. Jagpal Chahal. Ashley Priya Chand. Cynthia Chu. With distinction, Mark Chohan. With distinction, Matthew Henry Clark. With distinction, Keena Noel Davis. Janice Rachel D'Souza. With distinction, Alan Andrew Engst. With distinction, Mariana Fisher. With distinction, Inderveer Gill. Divya Rao Gumadi. With distinction, Sarah Irene Harris. With distinction, Hannah Hillstad. With distinction, Melissa Christine Hoogland. Vicky Say. With distinction, Farzana Tajdin Jawani. Ji Won Jung. With distinction, Chian Hui Lee. With distinction, Ju Xin Liu. With distinction, Tammy Mack. With distinction, Hannah Mack. With distinction, Lindsay Melishinsky. With distinction, Leigh Ann Miranda. With distinction, Alexa Nicole Morency. With distinction, Ryan Gary Nordell. With distinction, Jessica Ong. With distinction, Claire Elise Filipoff. With distinction, Amanda Marie Shiroko Pickthall. With distinction, Sean Kyle Pigeon. Devin James Potomac. Opsana Rosha. Julia Patricia Rukash. With distinction, Megan Sheepwash. Grace Shu. With distinction, Gurnish Sidhu. With distinction, Harleen Kaur Sidhu. With distinction, Kuljit Kaur Sidhu. With distinction, Jacqueline Stromston. With distinction, Ryan James Stunden. With distinction, Jessica Che-Ling Tuet. With distinction, Christine Elizabeth Tillotson. With distinction, Jenilyn Ramaza. Certificate in Graduate Nurse, Internationally Educated Reentry, Hardeep Kaur Bajwa. Carla May Rose Casanillo. With distinction, Lovely David. Evany Juliana Misa. Krisha May Apolinto Pizarro. With distinction, Chris Irene Ingenierio Romero. Jarmy Claire Magdadero Sassing. Kushkiran Sharma. Pardeep Kaur. With distinction, Christoph Ballesteros Tiangson. With distinction, Bernardino Ferrer Vinoya. Certificate in Healthcare Assistant. With distinction, Cassidy Astor Barna. With distinction, Lynn Campbell. With distinction, Tara Marie Dobby. With distinction, Erica Funekes. With distinction, April Harrison. With distinction, Ellen Elizabeth Hillick. With distinction, Parmjot Kaur Hundal. With distinction, Mandeep Kaur Kella. With distinction, Yvonne Liu. With distinction, Jenmi Michelle Moreno Fajardo. With distinction, Julie Teresa Nguyen. Tarnveer Kaur Takar. With distinction, Pardeep Tandi. Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator, Angelica Barros. With distinction, Tanya Chohan. Meka Cruz. Rana Elgalian. Larab Hussein. With distinction, Tracy Seema Pahar. With distinction, Heather Brianne Raymond. Harleen Kaur Sandhu. Emily Saunderson. Stephanie Melissa Valdivieso. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Health, and this concludes the presentation of our graduates.
Okay, graduates, now it's your opportunity to acknowledge your family and friends who supported you during your studies. So you stand up, turn around, and make some noise. All right, sit down. You'll have to carry on afterwards. Our Provost and Vice President Academic Dr. Salvador Ferreras will present the Student and Distinguished Awards.
The Dean's Medal is awarded to the KPU student normally achieving the highest GPA in a faculty. The Dean's Medal recipient has demonstrated academic excellence and has contributed in some way to community service, support of other students and the learning environment, or has made significant contributions to their field of study. The Dean's Medal for the Faculty of Health is awarded to Christoph Tiangson. As a student in the Graduate Nurse Internationally Educated Reentry Program, Christoph's academic ability was apparent. With a strong work ethic and desire to learn, Christoph excelled in a clinical setting, and his care and compassionate approach with patients and families underscores his commitment to healing, health, and wellness. Our congratulations, Christoph. On behalf of the Lieutenant Governor of BC, the Lieutenant Governor's Medal is awarded to a graduate studying a substantial vocational or career program of fewer than 2 years, as well as someone who has excelled in their studies and contributed in a positive way to KPU or the community. The Lieutenant Governor's Medal is awarded to Health Unit Coordinator student Jordan Darby, who unfortunately is not able to be with us today, but deserves that applause you were about to give. The Distinguished Service Awards honor and recognize exceptional long-standing service to Kwantlen Polytechnic University and/or the educational community that KPU serves. The receipt of this award will bring honor and distinction to KPU as well as to the recipient. The Distinguished Service Award is awarded to Judy Lee. Judy has been an integral part of the curriculum changes, seeing the nursing program evolve from a diploma to a degree. She coordinated and developed clinical practice placements for the entire Bachelor of Science nursing program locally, nationally, and internationally. She has worked with Interprofessional Rural Program of BC and the First Nations Health Authority, placing students in Northern BC and acting as a preceptor for master's students focusing on nursing education. Judy has also made important contributions to the design sessions for the development of the Health Sciences Placement Network, HSPNet, a database used nationally and internationally to support practice education. While representing KPU, she was the first person to log into HSPNet. Additionally, Judy took the lead in creating and working with a multidisciplinary group at BC Children's Hospital and the Fraser Health Authority on a research and program development project related to youth violence, which included contributions from KPU students and faculty. Judy received the Award of Excellence with distinction for her contribution to education at BC Children's Hospital, including Sunny Hill Health Centre, and BC Women's Hospital and Health Centre. The award was given for her work on youth-to-youth violence, working together to care for youth and families. As the chair of the BSN program at KPU, she has been instrumental in establishing a structure for the registration, scheduling, and clinical placement processes. She has supported the network of the BSN Curriculum, Admissions, and Progressions Committee and created a supportive educational environment for the next generation of nurses. On our sincere behalf, congratulations, Judy Lee.
Thank you, Dr. Ferreras. The emeritus designation is an honorary appointment awarded to a retired employee for distinguished service and contributions to Kwantlen Polytechnic University and establish a relationship that is both symbolic and active. I have the privilege of introducing to you today Dr. Warren Bourgeois, who has been selected and approved by the Senate of Kwantlen Polytechnic University to receive the designation Professor Emeritus. Warren Bourgeois attended the University of Toronto, where he received an honors BA, the major in philosophy, and then attended the University of California, Irvine, where he received his PhD in philosophy. Before joining KPU, he taught at the University in Salzburg in Austria, the University of California, Irvine, the University of California, San Diego, the University of BC, and was also an SSHRC postdoctoral fellow at UBC. When he began at KPU in the early 1980s, he was the only member of the university's philosophy department. He single-handedly kept the department running for several years, and his continued contributions have not gone unnoticed. He helped craft the basic curriculum outline for the philosophy program, which is still the foundation of what is in use today. He was vital to the establishment of KPU's Policy Studies program, served on the university's Program Review Committee, spearheaded the first philosophy program review, and sat on the Research Ethics Board for 7 years, during which time he was also chair. His dedication and commitment to his field and to sharing his knowledge has benefited others across the university and in the local community. Warren actively mentors other colleagues. He's written and co-authored 2 books, has been published in several highly prestigious journals, and has helped to organize and speak at numerous conferences. He was a consultant for the formation of an ethics committee at Surrey Memorial Hospital and served on the committee itself, and now continues to work in a consulting role. Although he is now retired, Warren is still deeply connected to KPU, producing valuable materials to help others teach in the same discipline, leading presentations, and sharing the valuable insights he has gained throughout his impressive and extensive career. Chancellor Melville, I present to you Warren Bourgeois, Professor Emeritus. Zena Mitchell will now provide a welcome to the newest members of the KPU alumni community.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we now get to bring the ceremony full circle. Graduates, it was just over an hour ago. I was giving you all instructions about how things would unfold once the ceremony was underway. I then had the privilege of greeting each of you here personally before you made your way across the stage and received your parchment. And now I have the honor of officially welcoming you into the KPU alumni community. I do that not only as Master of Convocation, but as your university registrar and as a proud KPU alumna myself. It was a number of years ago when I was right where you are, holding my parchment full of pride, having just completed my studies. I'm now delighted to extend my sincerest congratulations to you, our newest graduates, and to your loved ones, and on behalf of our alumni community, to say welcome. Welcome to an alumni community that now numbers nearly 53,000. The word alumni is derived from the Latin word alere, which means to nourish or foster. As you leave your student status behind and become alumni of this university, I hope you will remember KPU as a place where your mind was nourished and where you built the foundation on which you will now navigate your career path. A place where thought truly does meet action. Just when you thought your journey at KPU had come to an end, I'm here to tell you this is just the beginning as new alumni. You've received a superb education from this university, and we look forward to hearing about your future achievements. There will be many of them, I'm sure. You are now all KPU ambassadors in the workplace, in the community, around the world. Carry the KPU banner proudly as you embark on the next part of your journey, and know that your success is our success, and we will always be rooting for you. We will always be championing your achievements. We will always be with you. The KPU alumni community is your lifelong connection to your alma mater. We strive to provide you with relevant resources to help build and maintain your success, including rewards and benefits exclusive to our alumni. KPU alumni are all over the world. They're doing incredible things. They're making it better, they're making it more interesting, they're making it theirs. Welcome to this esteemed community, where you can inspire and be inspired by your fellow graduates. We wish you every success, every joy, every triumph, and look forward to staying in touch. Thank you, and congratulations.
I'd like to close with a few words about this university and its importance to our community within the context of the crucial role that universities and institutes of all shapes and sizes play in our society. KPU is a university for our times, a polytechnic university, open and accessible and relevant to both local needs and the global issues of our society. It is a university that's driven by teaching and learning, enriched by our research and scholarship, and engaged with our communities. Our mission is to create opportunities for all learners to achieve success and to prepare them for rewarding work, for engaged citizenship, and for a lifetime of continued learning. And certainly all the evidence we have from employers and alumni is that we achieve these goals in many ways. And beyond that, we're part of a global community of thousands of universities, institutes, and colleges which are founded upon and dedicated to the great ideals of civilization: liberty, truth, sustainability, beauty, justice. And they respect and preserve culture and language and ideas and inspire their learners and others to do the same and to become active agents in creating a better world, whatever their field of study. In order to do this, universities have for centuries cherished their autonomy and the academic freedom of their faculty and learners, and their right, in fact, their responsibility to always question the status quo and to explore new knowledge while tackling complex issues, and to do so respectfully, ethically, and thoughtfully. At KPU, although we're still very young as a university, we continue this tradition, and not just by dressing up twice a year like extras in a Harry Potter movie. There are serious reasons for the pomp and ceremony here at Convocation, in addition to being, we hope, an appropriate celebration of your success. It reminds us all of the hard-won freedoms that universities continue to protect and to foster on behalf of society. If you read or watch any news media, you'll quickly realize that these freedoms should never be taken for granted. So keep up the tradition. Whatever your line of work, try always to be open, a little skeptical, questioning, respectful, and kind. And as Connor said, don't be complacent. Take a risk now and then. All of us here have had the honor and the privilege of helping each of you along the way in reaching your educational goals. Thank you for choosing us. Our friends and family, thank you for all you have done in supporting our graduates and for being here today. Thank you, Judy, for all the work that you've done. I'm so pleased that you've been recognized by your colleagues. You know, it actually takes a lot of work to nominate anybody for any kind of award here, particularly amongst our peers and colleagues here. But I just want to quote the nomination from Cheryl Bernstein, who is here on the stage with us, a colleague of Judy, who took the time to submit a nomination for the Distinguished Service Award. Judy has been the glue holding our program together through the many changes that our program has endured over the past 27 years. New curricula, new deans, new support staff, to which she has personally endeavored to ease these transitions with energy and positivity. She embodies the essence of nursing and teaching. She's a wonderful role model for our profession and for KPU. She's an example that strong leadership does not need to be loud or demonstrative to be effective. Oh. She leads through caring about people, caring about KPU, and inspiring others to succeed. There's a couple of students I'd like to point out. They're going to be so embarrassed. Natasha Lopez, stand up. Where are you, Natasha Lopez? Some students I get to know quite well, and Natasha I got to know well because she was a leader in the Student Association. She's a student advocate. She's an activist. She is now a student representative on the Board of Governors. And along the way, she managed to complete a degree. I have no idea how. Natasha, you represent everything that's great about KPU. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. And I saw Joseph Kell across the stage. He's going to be embarrassed. Stand up, Joseph. There he is. Joseph's a journalism grad, and I didn't know he was graduating today, but we've bumped into each other at so many events because he's a reporter and photographer for The Runner, and he takes his work very seriously, and he's going to go on and have a great career. And it's been wonderful working with you, Joseph. Thank you. And just a note about Warren before we let him go. Unlike many universities, getting emeritus status at KPU is very rare. It's in some sense our highest honor to our own employees. We have about 900 full-time faculty and lots of part-time faculty at any one time, coming and going, new hires and retirees. And in the last 6 years, only 2 Professor Emeritus designations have been appointed, and Warren's one of them. These are initiated and nominated by one's peers, which is the best recognition you could ever have. Warren is both a scholar and a teacher and a gentleman, and we are grateful to have him stay closely associated with KPU. Thank you, Warren. So that's it. Go forth, and if you haven't got one already, take the advice my father gave to me when I graduated. Those 3 little words that mean so much. Get a job. This concludes our convocation. I'd like to thank all those who have been involved in the planning and execution of today's ceremony. I invite you to join us in the reception across the way in Surrey, Maine for hugs and photos. Chancellor Melville, please dismiss the convocation. Please rise and remain standing until the platform party and the graduates have exited the convocation. Thank you.
In honor of our deep respect for the Kwantlen First Nation, I offer this blessing in harmony with and with deep respect for the many faiths and philosophic traditions represented here today. As you continue on life's journey, may you walk tirelessly. May the Creator walk with you. May His peace be in your minds. May her love be in your hearts. All my relations. I declare this convocation dismissed.